Hello everyone and a warm welcome from the desert in the Middle East for round one of the new season of the STB Racing League. We are in our 16th season and this season we will be celebrating our 60th anniversary at the Italian Grand Prix. But for now we're here in the night skies, the night conditions of Bahrain for the STB Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix of season 16. We are skipping Australia in this shortened season and we're here in Bahrain, a track that most of the drivers are very good at and have a great knowledge of. Is really, to be honest, it's actually a very decent track on the calendar, much liked by a lot of drivers, and I'm pretty sure that my co-commentator for this new season, Rigsy X, likes it too. Rigsy, what's your thoughts about the Bahrain International Circuit, and welcome back to the STB commentary.
Firstly, just want to say a warm welcome and welcome back here. Just kind of reiterating Maldy's message here, ready for our 16th season. It's our most competitive season, we're hoping. But Bahrain, absolutely love the track. I loved it when it was set in the day. I love it when it's at night. Really fun, really challenging track. Plenty of overtaking, and it's one of the few tracks that properly encourages me to wheel action, and I'm pretty much looking forward to the next 28 laps for this race. I think it's 28 anyway for my math, but
yeah.
No, I've got nothing but
qualifying.
I've got to get to the qualifying first. I'm getting too ahead of myself here, but no, I can only sing Bahrain's praises. I don't have any real criticism of it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, the only real issue I've got with it is the turn 9, 10 hairpin, but that's probably just because I can't read it properly. But I mean, I think the track is pretty faultless, and that might be a bit biased, but I just really love Bahrain and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I can't say much more than that.
It's definitely one of my favourite tracks. I remember STB actually had its first race in Bahrain actually, so this is a big sort of event here, because obviously this is starting off our 16th season, a season that's going to celebrate 6 years with the league, and this is where it all started in Bahrain. So yeah, very, very, very emotional times here in STB, and we're very looking forward to the Italian Grand Prix, I believe in 12 weeks time, I think, or something like that. So we will be long into the season by then. But I just want to introduce our viewers to some of the new drivers that we've got this season, and you are familiar with some. But the first driver is PFL Domi 2004, our first ever Polish driver. So Dobro, as they say, or Dobry, as they say in Poland, which means good, or like well done, like sort of. There you go, bringing the languages back for this season. So a great addition to the grid, all the way from Poland, and he's going to be flying the flag. Of course, there's no Robert Kubica in Formula One, so it's going to be Domi flying the flag for Poland in STB. The next driver who is new for this season, who's put in P2, good effort from him on his debut lap in the league, FRA Ronhofer 3, who's from the Netherlands. So the first ever Dutch driver that we've had in since Dennis VKK. So he is in the league. He's hoping to find some good pace. He's had some good pace at the moment, P2 in qualifying. Next driver returning, who's a reserve for tonight, as one of our new drivers from Hungary, another Hungarian, Gagaman 5, could not be with us this evening, but Kay Pollitt returning, and he'll be hoping for some solid performances as a reserve, and hoping to explore or get in as many races as possible. We've then got returning Brazilian driver BRL Bruno Will, which I am definitely behind for this season. I believe he has got the pace, he's got the potential. And he's repping for Brazil. He goes P8 there on the timing screens. And then, any new drivers? TMR Kata, there you go. TMR Kata, one of my favourite drivers on the grid this season, because he's actually got a very interesting name. Now, I can't say that on stream for security reasons, but his name is definitely up there in esports-esque, sort of what you'd expect at an esports event, like the title of the season. It's a very, very sophisticated name, isn't it, Nixon?
No, I can definitely agree with that. When
so
you tell me his name pre-race, I was like, oh, I mean, it's like we could have discussed it, but I mean, like, we didn't really go much further than that. But I mean, we're looking forward to seeing how he performs. He sits P7 at the moment. after the first runs. So I'll be looking out for him.
We've got a lot of new nationalities in the season. We've lost Turkey. Alpbau's no longer with us, but we have gained Brazil, Poland, a Hungarian driver, Italian driver. So we've got everything. We've got absolutely everything this season. From Europe, South America, everything. It's going to be an incredible season of culture and nationality. And Fusion is back, ready for his charge in the Championship League. Fusion was our champion in season 14. But he struggled on 2019, but he's now ready to show us what is what. He's going back for that championship. What did you make of Fusion from what you seen last season?
I mean, the first thing I immediately think if Fusion does that performance in Brazil, like that brilliantly, perfectly executed undercut in Brazil in the wet to get him. He was stuck in traffic. He was behind John M. He was behind his teammate Buckley. He was a bit of traffic, and he was like, I'm going to pit like 2 laps or 3 laps earlier, and he pit in the time and clear there, go by the traffic that was there, and whenever he made the pit stops, he was right behind Dominic, gave him hassle for that lead, and he got it. He ended up winning the race. Like, I mean, that's the kind of drives I expect to see for Toxic Fusion, because like, I mean, like, as a champion, then like, and if he's performing championship like drives like that race in Brazil, then I'm very much looking forward to his performances. But I'm currently on board with the Numaldi. He's on his lap, so he is just coming. I think he's just kind of backed off. He's slowed down. He's backed off. It was the looking great.
Messed it up. Yeah, he messed up in the first sector. Churka then going to start his lap as well. Churka, a big challenger he was in some races, we'd see. What did you make of Churka's consistency? Because in the admin meeting, they were talking about how Churka definitely has the pace and has the potential, but he didn't really show that out on track consistently last season.
I mean, I think consistency is like a very key trait in Formula One. Like, I mean, like, you can be quick, you can be aggressive, you can be this and that, but I think the main one is to be consistent, because if you don't finish, you don't get points. But I mean, Churka was always there. It was like how would you call it, like a wee ankle biter dog. Like, he was always clipping the heels of the top drivers, like racing for podiums, for wins. Like, he was always there. I get same with Toxic Fusion, just gaining the leading drivers that bit of hassle, and he was always there to pick up any scrap pieces. But I mean, his consistency, some races were really great, and he's winning. I think it was Singapore he won last season. Like, he won there. And that was a really strong style of drive from there. But I mean, there was just other drives that he'll probably want to be quickly getting rid of his memory. But I mean, I'm hoping that the winter break, I'm calling it the winter break. It is technically winter since it is February, but I'm hoping that the wee break and the practice on the run up to Bahrain is kind of cleared his head and he's back ready to go for it.
Definitely, I think Churka's definitely got the potential, but it just depends on actual come across the line. It's going to be P12, so not the strongest of is there, but you know what, decent display there from the Ferrari. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that Ferrari. It's a very nice car to drive. No Whisper then, another driver actually I forgot, sorry, he's from Brazil, so we've got 3 Brazilians this season, everyone. Let's just, you know, obrigado to the Brazilians, but No Whisper then is P3, so that's a very strong result from him on his debut race. So yeah, Ritzy, do you know what? I love international, I love nations, and I love the diversity of the grid. It's very special. F1 Gravity then, P1 for him. What did you make of F1 Gravity last season, Ritzy? He was definitely an underdog.
It was definitely an underdog. I mean, it was teammates with Eki at Red Bull. They've split their ways. Eki's away to McLaren, Gravity's went to Williams. Gravity was kind of like, I mean, he was there. Like, he was thereabouts. He was always consistently in the points. I mean, he did have a bad race here and there, but I mean, he was really good in terms of Red Bull's Constructors' Challenge, because he was picking up the necessary points that the team needed. They had a fiercely competitive battle with McLaren for the Constructors last season, and Red Bull won it on the final race. The Drivers' Championship went to Dominic last year, and he is the current champion. But Gravity and Eki as a team really kind of showed just how the chemistry was between the pair, and to see it split, I'm not really too sure how I feel about it. But I mean, time will tell how they both perform respectively. But I mean, they were a really good dynamic team. But I'm hoping Gravity teams up with his new teammate, which is Null Whisper. I'm trying to kind of match the two colours.
Sorry, Rigsy. Both F1 Gravity and FRA Ronhard both gone on the softs. Now, I did this last season when I was racing, because believe it or not, I did actually race in the league for 3 weeks, and then back to the commentary box. But I actually did this strategy in Bahrain, and it did work for me until I span on this corner that Ronhard's just gone through and got a puncture, and nearly had a collision with Mercury. So it's not the best strategy to do if you're bad on your tyres. If Ronhard and F1 Gravity can save their tyres, they've got a good chance. A good result, because then they can go on hards and they can go to the end hopefully. So it's not a bad strategy, it's just it's bad if you're not good on your tyres. Ronhard then 126.7, that is P1 for the new driver. He could potentially get a pole.
That's the kind of thing.
Sorry, my mistake. His maiden race, first race.
That's the kind of thing that's kind of catching me out now, is the fact that Ronhard and Gravity have committed to the soft tyres so early on in the qualifying stage, because they've not went out. I've seen everybody besides the top two going out on the hard tyres at the start, and then now they're just changing over to the mediums, and they've all put their times on in hard, so they're gone for the one-stop strategy. I mean, what if Ronhard and Gravity can't maintain it as they're going to be pushed into that two-stop? So I'm really interested to see how, as you're saying, tyre conservation, how that's going to affect those two in the front. And it kind of also raises the question, is there going to be anybody else going onto the soft tyres for the final lap? But I don't know, we need to see what happens.
Rixie, just another point of discussion, sorry. Obviously the game has been updated since our last run in Abu Dhabi. And of course, we've now got safety car, which comes out after every time there's a collision. So we could be expecting a safety car lap 1. Now, if there's a safety car, Rigsy, that's going to be good this season, because last season we did have a lot of races where the racing was very, very close at times, of course, due to, the track not being bunched up and Danny that goes P3. Okay.
We see you.
But, as I said, but now the racing can hopefully be closer, I would say, because of the safety car. And of course, on this spectator cam, we've now got the full map. We can see if there's any yellow flags, and we can't pick it up. We can see, how close the battles are. See who's in the pit lane. Even before, it comes up as pit on the driver. So it's very helpful. It's actually very helpful. We'll have a lot of help from the race director this year.
It's definitely welcomed. Definitely, we've been needing this update for so long, and I don't know if I just seen somebody on the tyre select screen there on the wet, but I'll maybe just pass that off as a glitch. We are thankful for the map, because it allows the viewers as well just to kind of see what we see as well. I mean, they can see what we've seen before, but when there's a yellow flag, we couldn't tell you what it was unless we were on board. But see now, it's just the map just lights up yellow at that section. We know what's happening, or we know what's going to happen. We know what it is. That's in that. Oh, wait, no, okay. We are about to enter the final lap shootouts. It's probably just got over 3 minutes left in this session. Ronhard and Gravity are the only drivers on the songs.
Company in the commentary. Looks like your family, Rigsy, wants to join in on this in the commentary.
Aye, they love to get in business, I'll say that, but I was
Bruno Will P4?
Getting them hustled it. Was it?
Bruno Will P4, Unicorn P5 and Danny P6. So this is now Rigsy, where the drivers will be putting in their laps in the session, or in the next, or here, or the next 2 minutes. So, you can see it's all still to play for here in Bahrain.
Definitely, we're about to see. Everybody is coming out on the mediums, so they are committed to the medium to hard strategy.
Dominic, P2, from the Red Bull, the reigning world champion Rigsy. What a dominant drive he had last season. Well, not dominant, but in the closing stage he seems dominant, but you know, he just had so much bad luck, you know, with his connection last season, and he brought it back. He brought it back for the McLaren team. He brought it back and he won that championship. How special was it, Rigsy, to see Dominic's journey throughout the season?
No, it was very unfortunate with his connection. Dominic did suffer a lot of connection issues with the league. He disconnected, I mean, quite frequently. Like, there was times where he was like leading or he was in high points paying positions and the connection would just say it's not enough and he would leave. But I mean, for him to come back and win the championship, it really does take that next level, a speed, a consistency, a determination to get that. So I'm hoping it's more of the same this season, and he's just kind of picking up where he left off with P2 on mediums, splitting the two soft runners at the front. We are about
it was actually very nerve-wracking for me starting on softs, because I didn't know about the strategy around Bahrain. I didn't know. And I started on softs, and I think I started like fourth, so I was up there. Third or fourth, and I was up there, and I was thinking, yeah, this ain't normal territory for me, because I was a midfielder. So I'm kind of scared for because he won't know what to do. Because it's actually, I don't know if you've ever been up the front, Rigsy, when you're supposed to be in the field, but it's quite scary to be in the front.
Oh, it definitely puts you on edge that wee bit there. I mean, like I'm not really so much a front runner now, but I mean, when I was like, there was always that extra bit of like intensity with the battles. You had to make sure you got it all right, and just kind of kept it clean, kept it fair. But I mean, I need some ice running through your veins. But we are about to end the first qualifying session of season 16. We haven't been seeing too much on track. Churka, where is he now? He is.
Buckley's up 2 temps.
Buckley, where are we sitting?
Miles down. Jam Ham's up. So we're looking at Buckley. Oh, and Mariz has span on the curb, and he's going to be starting at least 18th with there.
And Buckley's just been into the pit wall there as well.
Ek's on a lap.
Completing the lap.
Ham Jam is 9 temps up.
We'll settle on board as he comes across the corner.
Sector. Let's see what he's going to do, Rigsy. 7 P10 for the Mercedes. Has he stayed in? No, he's swapped teams with his brother, I think. Well, not swapped, but he's in the same car as his brother was last season. He's definitely keeping it in the family.
His brother goes up to P8 in the Haas as well, Maldy. His teammate.
Ek with 6 temps up. Ek 6 temps up. It's going to be a strong lap. Wasn't as strong as we were thinking. P6 for the Finn, and he's up. Yeah, P6 for him. BR Bruno Will's 5th. Fusion is 3rd, and he's doing a little trip in the desert there. But he's out for the night.
So who else are we waiting on to complete a lap? Toxic Fusions chose to come in and abort the lap. The Racing Point Kyle. Right. Don't know why it was glitching for me there. I was sitting trying to scrub it to the bottom. Kyle's come in, he's aborted his lap. Mary's is aborted his lap.
You take us through the grid. I just need to quickly go and do something, then I shall be back. Take us through the grid and yeah, your predictions for the race.
No worries. So the checker flag has fallen on the qualifying session here in Bahrain, the first of many to come. Ron Hart is your pole position man with a 1:26.7. One of 3 drivers to be on the softs on the telemetry screen there, as we can see on the left side of the screen there. Dominic joined the one in the front row and he's on the mediums, just picking up from where he left off last season. It's a very strong performance there for the Red Bull driver. Toxic Fusions trying to make a mark on this season early on in P3. Gravity, the second 3 soft runners there in P4, and the timing screen goes away from me there, but we will be getting it back momentarily. Prediction for this race, I'm just hoping everybody keeps it clean in the first few turns. Turn 1 and 2 is very tight and it's very easy to get wrong to look up a brake and you can end up steamboating somebody. We're hoping that's not the case, but while we've got the qualifying results here, I will continue where I left off. Bruno is in P5 in the Renault with a 27.5 there, 7 tenths off pole. Eki, the runner up for last season, Still in P6, it is quite strong, but I mean the strength in terms of competition in this field has really picked up its game, and P6 is strong for him and the McLaren. Urban Unicorn P7 there in the Haas, Libero and the Alfa Romeo in P8. Jamham makes his way to the top 10 in P9, and Mercury rounds out the top 10. DJ Danny, Ham Jam, Kata, and there was another name there at the bottom that escaped me, but they are 11th, 12th, and 13th respectively. Let's hope there's no rain. But we can only see what happens. It looks pretty clear to me from what I can see. As we are loading into the session now, the drivers will begin their formation lap momentarily. So this will be their prime opportunity to get their tyres up to temperature, their brakes and temperature just shifting up and down the gears to see if everything's working. You'll know anyway standing on the grid for too long, so you don't want to let the engine, the tyres, the brakes all cool down because you'll need them at an optimum temperature for turn one, you've got a bit of a run in, so we could see some jostling for positions there into the first two corners, but it is a fair rundown. But I mean, as long as we keep it clean and we're on for a good race, I mean, as we were saying in qualifying, the possibility of safety car is high after the Codemasters update, so it'll most likely, if we don't keep it too clean, we will probably see it make an appearance for the first time in a long time. But the drivers are off for the formation lap. Ron Hart leads the grid away in the racing point.
I am back. Hello. So let's just quickly. So yes, what have I missed anything in particular or?
No, a rundown of the grid and just kind of what we expect for the race. I didn't put any predictions out there, but I was just hoping that we have a very clean and tidy first because it is a very tight sequence of corners, and we're hoping there's no rain.
Wow, I mean it is called Bahrain, but I don't think there will be any rain for us.
I was discussing about how I'm just kind of wanting the drivers to keep it clean. Just they want to kind of use this time to kind of get everything up to temperature, up to speed, and they're not wanting to be sitting on the grid for too long. The most likely strategy will most likely be the one stop. And I mean that's especially challenging for Ron Hart and Gravity, who are on softs, and the softs degrade so much quicker than the mediums.
No Whisper
there in peace. He's in P17. We've got like a really diverse set of strategies here. Like the majority of the drivers are going on the mediums, but you've got Ron Hart and Gravity in the softs. So they'll probably most likely get the better start off their grid slot. You'll want to go in the racing line for this. So yeah, Ron Hart, Toxic Fusion, Bruno, all the odd numbers will have, arguably, I would feel, a better start because that's the main racing line and that bit of the track will be rubbered in. And plus with Ron Hart on the softs, I would assume he would get an edge into turn one over Dominic, who is on harder rubber and on a dirtier side of the track. But I can see that there's a Toro Rosso at the back of the formation lap. It's Buckley. Buckley spun on the last corner on the formation lap, which is highly unusual. The last time I seen a Formula 1 driver crashing on a formation lap, it was Scotland's very own DC, but we'll no speak of that. But Buckley is going to have to ghost through the racing point to Kyle to take his grid slot, and we're about to be greeted by the 5 lights. Mallory?
So then, Rixie, here we go. The season like no other. It is season 16 of the league. It's 4 lights, it's 5 lights. And for the 20 drivers here this evening, it's Bahrain Grand Prix. Go! Here we go then. Ron, I get off to a decent start, but Dominic's going to try and follow him closely behind me. A great start here from Fusion. Gravity's going to get involved as well. It's going to be Constantine all down in turn number 1. Ron Hart leads, followed by Dominic. He's just going to have a look though on the inside of turn number 2 there. That's going to be an interesting move there for the Abra now follows behind him with Gravity. To the back of the field, no Whispers had some sort of contact there down at the back. But it's all quite clean as they approach turn number 4, I think. We've got some battles going on in the midfield. We've got a lagging Renault. I'm not sure who that was, but quite a keen start. We've got some good battling going on between Dominic and Ronhard. Ronhard was up the inside, but Dominic was defending hard. No, Ronhard was defending hard and Dominic was up the inside, but great defending there from the racing point.
And he's still defending hard into the turn 9-10 hairpin, and Dominic's locked up and gone wide onto the curb, and so is Ronhard on the exit of 10. So both of them kind of losing time there, but Ronhard was very on the defensive there. Dominic's going to take the inside up into turn 11. And he takes the lead on the mediums. Ronhard will try and hold it around the outside, which he does, and he's doing it well. They're still side by side for the quick left-right, and he over the inside for turn 12. He does make sure to get on the curb because it's an auto-spin curb, and they're still side by side round into 13, and Ronhard edges it into 13 as he's on the inside. Dominic has to back out, but he's no geeing up there, man. He's gone up the inside again. Ronhard's making it difficult, but Dominic's not got the straight line speed to get past this time round, but he's got the pit straight for his next opportunity. Ronhard maintains the lead after one lap, but is immediately up against the pit wall. He is no letting anybody through, but he needs to make sure he's not getting poked for weaving there.
Fusion's in on it as well.
Infusions is there, Bruno's there, everybody's getting a wee sniff in it. Ronhard here, he's not looking great in terms of his pace. The medium seem to have the edge.
I think the tyres are going to be going off at this point because they go off very quickly in Bahrain. Echo around the outside of Bruno will then. Can't make
it. Ronhard had a tail slapper there. Tank slapper on the 4. But he keeps the lead, but he's
Cherka's out. Cherka's out. I think there was a bit of contact there. And he's out of the Bahrain one. Hungarian. That is another poor start to his season campaign here in Bahrain. But this is an incredible battle at the front, isn't it?
I mean, I think Ronhard's dying soft tyres is really what's making this battle kick off, because Ronhard's just showing how much fight he's got in him, but he needs to make sure he's not being dirty with it. Like, I mean, I noticed a wee bit of weaving on the pit straight into the start of the second lap, but I mean, you can get away with it. Like, you can't move once you've made your move, so he needs to make sure that they do that consistently, or the stewards will be flagging that. But I think the soft tyres are starting to kind of fade away at this point. It's so early on in this race, and they're already starting to lose the potential that they had. I mean, Gravity's lost 3 places. He's doing it the 7th, and he's dropping off this top 6 battle. So the soft tyres not really working out so far, but if there's one person that they are working for, it's now Whisper. He's gained 2 places off the start. So he's up into P15. Let me see how many places he's gained game. I'm trying to look away from the menu. He's gained 2 places. Hamjam's lost 2. I just seen that there as well. And fall back for this pack. There's yellow flags out against the Mercedes.
Yellow flag. Mercury spam.
And the Mercedes and Mercury has, I don't know if that was just a spin on his own or he was tapped, but it looked really congested. There's just so many cars and big packs. The drivers being in such big packs will have that pressure on not to make contact or pick up any damage, and it's just a matter of keeping it clean. But I don't know what happened there, and he's sliding through turn 10 as well, so I'm assuming he's lost tyre potential there, but he isn't too far back for the pack, so he will most likely catch up as the drivers in front will begin to squabble that wee bit more. So we're looking through again. I mean, Ronhard's kind of picking it up a wee bit. They're kind of starting to break away from Bruno. But Bruno is, crucially, if he keeps within the second, he will have the DRS when I say that, and he immediately just keeps out of the 1 second.
DRS for Dominic.
So he's going to have DRS, and Dominic's going to go around the outside of Ronhard, looks to take the long way round. Ronhard defends that quite well, but Dominic will have another shot at it at turn 4. Ronhard's immediately to the right hand side of the track. He's making it clear that he's not ready to give up the lead, and Dominic and Ronhard are going around the outside again. And Ronhard has a twitch, but he's on the wee squeeze, but it seemed fair, and they're still side by side. Dominic around the side of 5. The squeeze again, the Ronhard outside of 6, and Ronhard keeps the place into the hairpin, but that battle in between the top 2 just brought everybody else back into play. So all that time they gained was immediately scuppered in the few corners that they were going side by side, Baldy. And I see damage there was a bit of front wing flying off. It looked like a Haas, so either Urban Unicorn or Damham has picked up some damage. I'm going to see Urban Unicorn's got damage to his front left, Maldy, so he's got wing damage, so he'll be losing potential in that car as well. And he's going to have the Williams to grab it on the outside. And he makes it stick, and he's got his teammate. And his teammate.
And no whisper.
Jam.
No whisper. What happened to him? He's banned. Virtual safety car is deployed here in Bahrain.
So the Williams, a no whisper, has crashed and is retired for this session, and it brings out the first virtual safety car of the season. This will be a prime opportunity for Urban Unicorn to come in and get that wing repaired, which he does. So he'll be trying to get the hard tyres to work to the end, I would assume. I'm on board with him the now just to get to see what tyre he does put on, and the hard tyres are ready by the pit crew. So he's going to try and make it to the end. So that's 24 laps on hard tyres. Seems a bit of a stretch, but I mean, let's see if it pays off. Lap 5 of 29, we're under virtual safety car conditions. Ron Haar still is our race leader on lap 5. Dominic in P2, Bruno in P3. And we're back to racing conditions. The virtual safety car has went away, and Ron Haar's got that gearbox glitch where it just
gamed.
Who's gamed?
Yeah, virtual safety car.
Playing Buckley's gone to Danny into 10, and Danny is finding himself in a Toro Rosso sandwich at this point in the race. He's ended with Buckley, who's in 9th, and Dommy in P11. So DJ Danny is the Red Bull filling in that sandwich. We're starting to see. Exactly. We're starting to see really early on in this race. We're starting to see Car bringing a time penalty there for multiple track extending warnings, I would assume. But we see groups of packs. And Bruno Will has left the session. He is running third at the minute, but he'll lose out because his car is ghosted. But we're starting to see wee packs form. We've got a wee battle going on for the top 7. We've got a battle in the midfield for 8th, 9th and 10th and 11th. And then you've got the battle at the back. So there's 3 separate battles, but it involves just about everybody. So we're in a very interesting situation on lap 6 of 29. And Ron Hart is still a race leader. These soft tyres will probably be seeing the end of their days soon enough. Dominic is... I think he might just be the entire management at this point. He is running the ERS, he is keeping the distance. So is Ron Hart. Ron Hart's got 80% of his ERS there to use at his disposal. So he has got a defence if he needs it. But the top 2 are starting to break away, and they're outside of the DRS range of Toxic Fusion. Who is involved? Eke, last season's runner-up in P4.
Oh,
and
he's banned!
He's took Fusions! Oh, he's took Fusions out! Both of them have retired to this race, and the virtual safety car makes an appearance again on lap 6.
There, here in Bahrain.
I think he
Massive
just caught.
here in Bahrain. What happened?
I mean, these soft tyres were seeing the end of the days, Maldy. I would assume the soft tyres were starting to give up, but at the same time, a wee bit of me suggests that
he was looking so strong for a potential challenge for the victory, and he sent a message into the league chat, and he's absolutely fuming. He said, cheers for that, Ron Hart. He's absolutely fuming, Rigsy.
I mean, I don't think Ron Hart could really do much there. It's just, I think that was just a clear racing incident because the car was running.
This is really beneficial, for BRL Bruno Well, because he's not going to lose that much time under this virtual safety car compared to if it wasn't. So,
I mean, I don't think. When the car's
disastrous,
when the car's, you've not really got any control. You're just a passenger in your own car. So I think that might just be a bit of frustration for Fusion more than directed anger, because I think Ron Hart must have just clipped the inside of turn 12, because that's an auto spin curve if you kind of take it with such speed, because it's really hard to correct the car when you clip the inside of that curve. So I think he's just clipped the inside of that curve. The car's just went round and he's facing backwards. He did try and go out the wide, but Toxic Fusion just took unfortunately, the wrong precaution, the wrong version of, like, the wrong avoiding action, and just drove into the side of him. So, and that's just resulted in both of them DNFing. So I think that's just a bit a racing incident, to be fair. I think that's just a bit unavoidable. But I mean, I think Toxic Fusion, I mean, considering that he did have pace, he was up in P3. Ron Hart was leading, this is first and third that was leading this race, and they both just went out like that. So it's kind of tipped the race on its head a wee bit, and we are kind of seeing a very familiar pattern here after that. Dominic's leading, Eke's second. Same cars, but they've got different pipes. Jamham's up in third there as well, so he's gained out in this as well, because he was kind of on the P6, P7, P8 range, and now he's and Bruno Wills get back into the session, and he's back in his car and he's driving, but he's 2 seconds adrift. But no, this race is kind of kicked off mildly, I'll say that, but I really didn't see that coming.
Disastrous start there for Fusion's season.
It's not the start I would have been hoping, but I mean, how many races have we got in this season, just out of curiosity? Because I did actually think we were starting at Australia, but
we were on 16.
16? 16's still a fair number. There's still plenty of time to kind of get yourself on the board. I mean, the first race is kind of where you want to make your best impression, just to kind of say, I'm here for the championship, I'm here to win races, I'm here to do well, and just to end up retiring. I mean, I think it was through no fault of any driver. I think it's just an unfortunate racing incident, for what I can see. But I mean, they'll be looking to put this behind them and focus on the next race in China.
Yes.
But
China.
I mean, concerning the real life situations, I mean, I would say I think it's surprising that we're going to China, but I mean, you don't get viruses in the game.
Well, you're not.
No. Well, you never know. But we are.
Nowadays.
That's true. But we are on lap 9 of 29. Eke is closing this Dominic, so this gap was in the high 1 second range. It is under the 1 second gap for DRS. Eke will have DRS here. Dominic had a wee bit of a look up into turn 10 there on the front left. A wee puff of smoke just blew out the left side there. And Eke is going to have the DRS. Both of them have very similar ERS. Dominic's on 70, Eke is on 63 as they come up through the quick 11-12 chicane. Would you say that's chicane? I would maybe just say it's a fast sequence of corners, but and Jamham is going to have the Renault, the black and yellow Renault in his wing mirrors, as Bruno has closed that 2 second gap, and then he's also in DRS range. So let's see if Eke can get close enough for a move into the first turn. He will have DRS. He's chucked the ERS up into high. Dominic's on hot lap for his defence. Eke's immediately turned it back down to 0, so they'll not be looking to make a move this time round. Bruno will be making a move. He's on overtake, but he's turning it back down as well. And both Jamham and Bruno are on similar ERS as well. So they're running very similar strategies in terms of ERS management. And Jamham and Bruno are going to go side by side into turn 4. The Renault's got the inside. We puff of smoke for the front right, and Bruno makes the move stick up into P3, demoting the Haas into P4, number 40. Libero's up in P5. Where did he start? I keep changing the wrong menu. He started 8th. Buckley's gained the most. He started 16th. He's up into 6th. And he's got his teammate and Danny still in close company. So that's another wee interesting battle that's starting to form for P5. Anything else that we can see on the timing screen? Hamjam's gonna go Mary's for company and Carter. Kyle's there as well. Mercury and Kyle Pollitt in the battle for 13th, and Gravity and Urban Unicorn are just kind of running their own race at this point. They'll be hoping for a full safety car to get themselves back in this race. So they'll be holding their hopes high. Eki is just still in the DRS range, but he's not going to be close enough to make a move unless he goes for a lunge, which I doubt he will. He's racing IQ when they really say that he would do such a thing so early on in the race. I mean, maybe assume he would do it later on if there's like the championship at stake or something, but I mean, we're only in race 1 of 16, so I don't assume I'd see any lunges at any point in this race. And I've seen Jamham's into the pits, Buckley's in the pits. They're hard tyres. They're onto the hard tyres, so they're onto the end. So we are going to start to see people coming in for the pit window. This is the medium to hard pit window. I'd say between lap 10 and lap maybe about 13 I'd maybe push to the max. And we'll start to see some drivers coming in. So, I mean, if you're Dominic and Eki, well, I mean, let's say if you're Eki, would you do what Dominic does, or would you do opposite to what Dominic does at this point?
In terms of pitting,
Yeah.
I'd do exactly what he does. You know, there's less risk of losing time.
I mean, I would kind of say the same. I would agree the same. I mean, like, just play it safe. If he pits, you pit. But I think Eki is quite quick if he got some clear air. And they both stay out for another lap. But Eki is closer. DRS is open. ERS is immediately back to 0. And I see the Alpha A Libero coming into the pits there on the top of the screen there. That promotes Tommy, Danny, Maris, Kyle, Carter. That's promoting all the drivers in the midfield up into the top tier. We're just going to put them in the likes of Jam Ham. Well, that's Libero just leaving his pit box, and now Jam Ham and Urban Unicorn are just coming down the straight. So
he just Danny up the inside of Domi for Pino before the Grand Prix. Could be his best result in a long time. He continues like this. He's having a great race, Rigsy.
Aye, Danny's really been a standout contender so far in this race. I mean, last season, I don't want to discredit him or kind of put any bad shade on his name, but he wasn't really one that kind of put in performances like this. But he's P4 at the minute, and I'm quite impressed with that. I mean, fair enough, like, people have pity, but I mean, I'm not taking any credit away for this strong drive so far. I think he's definitely benefited from his winter break, and he's kind of coming back with blinkers on and just focusing on one objective and just trying to do the best that he possibly can. He has P4 at the minute, so we'll need to see how it goes. He is on the hard, so we'll be looking to see him take the race lead at some point, either this lap or the next. But he'll be one to watch. Same with Tommy, there'll be two to watch at the end, because they'll be on the mediums and they'll be quicker. We'll like that.
Both in the pits.
Both of them in the pits. Eki decided to play it safe. Aye, so the Red Bull and the McLaren teams just decided to play it safe, and both are in. The Reynolds in as well. That's Dominic out his pit box, and Eki's doing. He's jumped Dominic in the pits. He's jumped Dominic in the pit lane. So the McLaren will come out in front of the Red Bull. So that's a win there for McLaren. In terms of the pit crew battles, so Eki gains by pitting at the same time. No undercut, no overcut, nothing. Just pit at the same time, and he's benefited. And Dominic is already 1 second behind them. So that is a big W. He's got Gravity right there as well. Gravity is on 6 lap hards. He pitted quite early on in this race, so he'll be looking to go to the end on the 6 lap old hards. DJ Danny is our race leader of this race in the Red Bull. Tommy is in second. Carter up into P3. The top 3 are still to pit. Kyle Pollitt in his own kind of racing his own race at this point in P4. He's got his teammate Eki 5 seconds adrift with Dominic with close company Gravity.
Rigsy, P1.
We're gonna see if if Dommy can get a run at this corner. He's got the ERS into high. Danny's decided to save, and so is Dommy. Dommy decided there was no move on into turn 14, but he will definitely be looking to make a move. He's really close at this point. Is Danny going to go defensive if we ride on board with Dommy? Danny's just decided he's moved a wee bit late there. but I think that would be fair. And Dommy's moving all the way back to the racing line and just let Danny back up the inside.
Danny's done it, Danny all the way around the outside. Can you do it?
They're still side by side, still side by side, still side by side. And they're still, and Danny's took the lead back, and Danny's away to the inside. Dommy is using the DRS as his defence. But no, I know like Dommy made the move halfway down the pit straight, but he immediately moved back onto the racing line, and that just opened the door for Danny to repass, to retake that lead. So I don't know what was going on there, but they've not lost too much. I didn't see any damage. I mean, if I was Dommy, I would have probably kept it on the inside to make sure there wasn't any opportunity for a switchback or another pass down into top 4. But I mean, I'm not driving, so I mean, maybe he's got a certain strategy or technique that we just don't know about. But I mean, he is definitely close, and if he gets a good run out of the final corner again, he will have another chance at the lead. Eke and Dominic are kind of keeping their distance, and Kyle Pollitt's retired. He's crashed on me.
Oh, safety car! Safety car is out here in Bahrain. Safety car is out. Kyle Pollitt.
And Danny's coming into the pits. Dommy's coming into the pits. Carter's coming into the pits. This is going to benefit those who have ran the longest. They're going to go into the mediums, but with the safety car coming out, they'll not be putting much pressure, much wear on the tyres, so they are going to be right there. Dominic and Eke to drive by the pits there. Eke will be the first driver to be greeted by the first safety car, the first full safety car of the season. But this is...
well, yeah, we didn't have any safety cars last season, I don't think. Not full course.
I couldn't remember any either, but I mean, as I was discussing in the qualifying, the update the Codemasters have brought in, this means that safety cars, virtual safety cars, are going to be so much more of a possibility. Like, they're going to be so much more involved in the season. So this is definitely going to shake up some
great
races.
Entertainment, Rigsy.
It definitely has, and it's definitely played into the hands of the likes of Danny, Dommy and Carter, who are running on the hards. Because they were running on the hards. I mean, they have to put on the mediums. So to make the mediums work in, I mean, it is 14 laps to the end, but you're under safety car conditions. The tyres will experience like minimal to no stress or tyre wear at this point, so they are going to get a few laps of the benefit. But I mean, the pit window was lap 10 to about 13 in my prediction, and stretch that another lap, I definitely do think it's manageable. But I feel like the pace will drop on the final 2 laps, 3 laps. But I mean, let's hope that I'm proven wrong under this safety car and for the rest of this race. But we are under safety car conditions here on lap 15 of 29. Eke is our race leader in the McLaren. Dominic, Bruno, Danny. Dominic, I keep calling him Dominic. It's so easy just to call him Dominic, and he's Dommy. But I mean, that's one that I'm going to have a bit of an issue with. Or not an issue, but just me generally struggling with it.
It was Jam Ham and Ham Jam last season. Dominic.
Exactly. There's always one. There's always one. Mary's is in P6, Carter P7, Kyle up in P8, Mercury P9, Gravity is round about the points pay positions at the moment. Jamham there in P11, Buckley, Urban Unicorn, Liberal and Ham Jam is bringing up the rear in the Mercedes.
Ham Jam Rigsy, currently in P15, he's not really had the session, as I remember. He's not really, he's not really pulled out the bag this evening.
I think the safety car will definitely maybe help him and kind of encourage him to kind of go for it. I mean, technically, he's got nothing to lose behind him because he's the last of the runners. But at the same time, like, we have been watching his performance quite closely in terms of the timing screens, and he has been finding himself like maybe a second and a half to 2 seconds like behind somebody, and he is kind of the leader of a certain pack in this race. But I mean, he has the, I mean, like you said, I think he's just not had the performance that he'd been expecting, that he'd been looking to kind of stretch out in this race. But I think at this point, I think points can still be on the board for him, despite that. Because
do you reckon?
I think there is, because you've got 13. I mean, you're under safety car conditions. You're saving your ERS. You're saving your fuel. You're kind of keeping your tyres, your brakes, everything in temperature, everything in check. The pack is bunched together, as we've seen the notification there, as it's coming in this lap. So Eki is the provisional safety car, so he will be controlling the pace until the safety car makes its arrival back into the pit lane. But back to the point of Ham Jam, I think because the pack is so bunched and it's so condensed, I think he's got a chance. I mean, it might be the tail end of points, but see, at the end of the day, I think points, even if it is a point,
what's going on down here? Mariz. What's happened down
Mariz
there?
is
back in.
then. And when does Dominic go? Bruno is.
Oh, wow, it's kicking off down here. What? Kicking off down here. Danny go for the victory of the Grand Prix. Look at this. In the middle of the pack, 2 Red Bull side by side and turn 1. Massive amount of contact there, the Ferrari. But the Red Bull rather. Mariz is up in the P1. Danny P2. Bill Bruno P3. Look at these. Oh, Riggs, this is incredible. 4 drivers, 5 drivers side by side. Oh, Maurice leads, and there's a spin. Oh, what's going on down there? Dominic side by side, both Red Bull side by side. Thomas Lowe getting mad here in Bahrain. Danny P2, Maurice P1. This is incredible. This is absolutely insane, Rixie. Absolutely insane restart here in Bahrain.
Eke bunching the pack up like that was arguably probably the worst thing he could have done. I mean, we've seen it in Formula One before. I mean, like for one, when it comes to mind, Barrichello was quite common for that when he was a race leader, because he bunched the pack up like that and he always lost it on it. Eke's done the same, but he's finding himself in P5 after that restart. But I mean, that image in the first sector is what we want to be seeing. But I don't think that safety car restart was the way to go about restarting this race, and he's only got himself to blame for that. But Mari's
can we just say, safety car has made this Grand Prix. That is incredible update from Codemasters. Bravo to Codemasters. Bravo. Absolutely incredible. Danny then, P2. Oh, you know, if Danny wins this race, Riggsy, I don't know what I'll do. I mean, no idea what I'll do.
But I mean, there was a lot of, I mean, that form of racing straight after the safety car restart purely just came down to Eke playing it really safe, I mean, he'd think he was playing it safe, but it was actually really dangerous as well, because I mean,
Eke's in trouble here.
And Eke, after the safety car period, definitely doesn't look like he's on it so far. He's dropping back with Dominic. Mari's as the race leader. I mean, we'll have to point out the Red Bulls kind of had a wee tap into turn 4 in that restart as well, so they nearly had even disaster. The Renault and the Red Bull between Bruno and Danny so close to he couldn't put a cigarette paper between the two. Like, there was just so much going on, and I was like, whoa, like, let's just calm down, lads. But I mean, we've got a spinner at the back. It's Urban Unicorn again. He's another one I wouldn't say he's had the best race, considering we know what he can do in this league, Maldi. He has been a multiple race winner. You remember last season, he was third in this championship last season, but he's had a Bahrain to forget. And he is finding himself back at the end of the grid.
You never know nowadays. DRS then for DJ Danny.
And Urban Unicorns just come out of the pits to retire.
Yeah.
I mean, I think him at that point, like, that was his second incident. He's kind of lost all momentum, lost all confidence in his driving in his car, and his ability to maybe get some points. But
Riggsy, right. Can we just need to deep something a moment. Danny is currently in P2. DJ Danny is in P number 2. Okay, he's also on softer compound tyres than everyone around him. He's on softer compound tyres than Bruno Will and Dominic Canetto. Now, Rigsy, DJ Danny can potentially win this Grand Prix. What is going through your mind right now? DJ Danny is looking pretty strong.
I think I need somebody to slap me in the face and wake me up. I'm quite. I mean, honestly, like if that appeared to be a subtle dig, it definitely didn't. But I'm definitely impressed with how DJ Danny's been performing this race. Like, I mean, it's definitely been a big step up for last season.
Driver of the day.
Just in one race.
Definitely driver.
Just in one race, he's stepped up. I mean, he's finding himself in a race-winning position, and I can't even recall that ever being the case last season. I mean, sure, he did
this is actually his first victory. If he wins this, it's his first victory in STB, Rigsy. This is a big moment for DJ Danny.
This is going to be him. He's going to be telling everybody in his ear just to be quiet, just to keep his focus
literally, he will.
On the Ferrari
like
in front.
Mercury right now, the league admin is going to be so hyped for Danny. He's going to be...
See, the only concern that I've got with Danny at this point in the race is how long these soft tyres, the medium tyres can last.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but you know what? I've got faith. I've got faith in DJ Danny.
And if there's one driver I want to point out as well is Mary's. I mean, benefit after that start, that safety
what
car
a safety
restart.
car moment that was for him. That was an incredible moment.
It's very balls to the wall, and we love that. And I mean, even really, he's trying everything he can to break the slipstream. I mean, I don't think Danny is in any position to. I mean, no, right now anyway. I think he might have a run into turn 1 because it's a much longer straight. But Mary's is trying everything that he can to break the slipstream and to kind of kill that momentum that the Red Bull can carry in a straight line. But Danny is no close enough this time around on lap 21 to 29.
I really don't want to give Danny the commentator curse, but I'm really rooting for him right now. I'm really rooting for him.
I'll hope he does win. I'll no chuck any cats amongst the pigeons there. But I mean, it is definitely a driver of the day performance so far, I'd say.
Yes. Also, 2 Brazilians on the podium. We haven't seen that for a long time in STB, so this is a big moment as well for Brazil.
Definitely, he'll be looking to carry that and be proud of what he can do in this race if he keeps the lead here. And Bruno as well in P3. But I mean, like, everybody in the top 7 is all within a second, and Danny is cutting that gap down even further. It is down to 4:10, so Mary's will probably have some pressure this time round on the pit straight. But I mean, see, he's just, I mean, immediately out of turn 13, he just goes to the right, and I mean, I think it's fine being defensive, but at the same time, you're just dirtying your tyres. Like, you're just picking up that rubber, and he's gone defensive again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Danny's in any position to make a move until maybe the new if he wants to go for a lunge.
Here we go. Here we go.
Go for a lunge. Up for a lunge.
He's going to go for it. P1 for DJ Danny. Come on, get it stopped, mate. Oh, he needs to be careful because he's got Bruno Will all over his bum.
And Mary's is on the inside again. Oh, and he swipes across the middle, but the Bruno looks up the inside. Bruno is on the inside of Danny, and they're going to go side by side. Danny keeps the move.
Be careful, Danny.
Run the outside of 4. And Mary's is a penalty.
That is crucial.
And Mary's has a 3-second time penalty there for exceeding track limits. So that will definitely be interesting once it comes to the final race result. I'm going to just check and see how penalties stand at the minute. I've seen Mary's name for the first time. I don't think I've seen Danny's name going up yet.
Absolutely crucial for Danny.
Danny's only got 1 warning. Bruno, where's he sitting? Bruno's not got a single warning.
I must say, Rigsy, Danny was known as the brick wall of STB a few seasons ago. His defending is insane. So I am fully backing Danny right now. This is a big moment for the Red Bull.
I think what Danny kind of has to do at this point is, I wouldn't focus too much on Maris. I mean, I don't know if he knows that Maris is a penalty that he just picked up this lap, but I think he should ask if there is penalties for the driver for Maris in front of him. And then if he does get told that, if he finds out he needs to keep his focus behind rather than in front, you can let Maris, you can't let him run 3 seconds ahead, because then that means he'll still win. But I think Danny needs to keep his focus on his tyres and his tyre life at this point. He's going to have Bruno and Dominic, Eki, Dominic, they're all there. So any simple slap up and he's lost 4 places. He needs to focus on what's behind him rather than what's in front.
This is big news for DJ Danny. Like, I'm sorry, Rigsy, but DJ Danny, this is a big moment for him. Red Bull.
And Red Bull,
it's a big moment for Red Bull, because Red Bull Constructors Champions, they're going to be at the front of the championship at the point. So big moment for Red Bull, big moment for Danny, big moment for Brazil as well.
I mean, I still don't understand why he's been really aggressive defending at the lead, because Danny's nowhere near the rear end of that Ferrari to make any kind of move stick, and I don't think it is in Danny's best interest today with 6 laps left. See, it's just in that game. I think it is just purely just to break the slipstream. But what it really does is it ruins his tyres. It puts extra rubber on. It kind of makes it less grippy, and it's just slowing him down generally. So I don't really see where the benefits in this strategy is really coming from at this point. But Danny is going to have the Renault, and he's going to have to go defensive. Bruno locks to make up the inside, but he doesn't there. I think Danny can have a wee touch over the brake in there as well. Don't know if that might be a sign of tyre life kind of coming to its end, but I mean, he is still P2 at the minute. Mari's still weaving on that straight into 4. This top 6 pack is starting to...
I'm getting really nervous.
This top 6 pack is starting to drop Kata and Mercury.
Rigsy, what needs to happen is Danny needs to clear Mariz as quickly as possible, and then hope that Mariz can hold this pack up as much as possible. I think that is Danny's big sort of like lifeline at the moment of what he can do to get his first win in STB. Big pressure for Danny.
I think what Danny is, I think if Danny is getting told in his ear by his engineer, Marius is a penalty. Like, that's a 3-second penalty, right? He's a 3-second penalty. Danny's made it. He's made aware he's got a penalty. He can play it 2 ways. One is clear Marius and having that safety, another driver behind him, and that driver's got a penalty. But
wait,
who's...
no, sorry. I thought Bruno will get overtaken, but it's just Danny in front.
Right, no, that's fine. But Marius is gone defensive again. Back to the thing. He can clear Marius and hopefully he gets the gap.
Bruno Will's on defence now.
But Danny's immediately gone to the inside. Danny has the time he's breaking. Bruno's going to lock the way run the outside. Does he run him down the road? I've had a wee bit of contact there, but Danny does keep the place. Gravity is putting in the fastest lap of the race on lap 25 of 29 or a 125.
Battle now. Bruno Will and Dominic. This is going to help Danny.
I think Dominic getting past Bruno would help Danny out as well, because then that brings in the...
And even the battle as well, Brits, even the battle that they're going to have for that position, it's going to help Danny, because he's got the time from the loss. This is actually incredible, right? This is one of the best season openers I've ever experienced in a league race. Absolutely incredible.
I think Dominic needs to really kind of start chucking himself into this battle for the podium, because it is going to help Danny keep his focus in front, and it eases the pressure that he's going to have behind. So if Dominic can clear Bruno, Red Bull 2-3, they're going to be very cautious in getting the points time. Dominic won't really try any kind of move, I would assume. I think the team would just be saying, if you get by Bruno, don't do anything stupid. I think they'll be playing it safe if he gets past, but getting by is another thing entirely. So interesting to see how that goes as we're about to start lap 26 to 29, and Dominic looks so much better on the brakes as well, because he was right up the rear end of that Renault, and they're all going to just open their DRS flaps and are going to have that additional 20 kilometres straight line speed down the straight. Danny is on. Dominic has a wee lock there. Libero putting in the fastest lap there.
Mad, Rixie. I'm sorry. This is mad.
This
Dom is
is
getting involved just now. This is mad. This
And
is
Eke-
mad.
Eke loses out on P5. Domi makes a move into turn. I think it was turn 1 and 2 there, so he's gained a place. It's a strong showing for Domi. I'll end up just calling him PFL or 2004, and then you'll get who I'm referring to. But Danny is right on the rear end of that Ferrari, and as soon as Mari breaks.
Bruno Will's right on the back of the thing as well. Oh, Bruno Will's up the inside. This is crucial for Danny's chance. Danny's chance for the victory. Danny, stop DRS. Here we go. Oh, this is getting nervous now.
And does Bruno
Danny's heart is beating.
Bruno's DRS flap's not open on that straight. His DRS flap's not open. I don't know if it would be an issue, but Bruno's choosing either not to use his DRS on that straight between 10 and 11, or it's just not working.
Nah, definitely not choosing it. He needs it. He needs it to keep up.
But he didn't use it on that straight, so I don't know why he's choosing not to use it. Getting too involved in this battle behind him is really going to hurt Danny's tyres, because his tyres are really going to be hitting that point, and the hard tyres can probably still go for a good few laps yet, so they'll still be at an optimum operating window, and Danny's tyres will be hitting an edge.
This is mad. This is still mad, though. I'm sorry, this is mad.
And Dominic and Domi are having a battle there as well for P4, so that's...
I feel like this is like a championship battle right now. Like I'm that nervous, Rixie. This is incredible. Because Domi's going to get involved now. Domi's going to get involved. This is mad.
This can really go either way, and I'm really interested to see how it goes. And we never noticed Jamhar pitted there for a set of softs, so I don't know what's happened to him, but he's finding himself at the back end of the grid. Jam, who I did say at the end of the safety car restart, would probably get a point. He needs to get past Buckley if he wants the P10, so I'm hoping that goes, because I'm hoping just to be right on something this race, because I tell you what, I couldn't have told you this, I couldn't have told you that Danny would have been in a position to win.
Mad. Rixie, I'm sorry, I'm gobsmacked right now when Marisa's gone wide. I'm gobsmacked. I'm gobsmacked right now. This is mad. Diamond's getting involved around in his debut. I'm done.
And Mari's has gone defensive yet again. The DRS flip with removal open, there it is. He's going to have the straight line speed. He's up at the overtake.
Here we go. Is this going to be Danny's opportunity for the lead? Inside the P1, he's done it, he's locked up a little bit there, he's going to have the inside for the next corner. Be careful, Danny. Oh,
and Mari's takes it back.
Here we go, DRS for Danny. Danny the P, Danny turn 4. Right, keep it steady, Danny, keep it steady.
It's no in Danny's best interest to make any kind of crazy kamikaze moves on the Ferrari in front. He has definitely got a penalty, so if he keeps it clean and the the Haas Jamham is crashed and retired for this race on the exit of the final turn.
Good exit from Danny. He's good exit.
He's got the good exit again. He's going to have Mari's slips. Mari's is like that. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a risky game to kind of consistently weave, because Danny was having the Renault for close company there, and he weaved back into the main racing line of the Renault, so he needs to make sure he doesn't get himself caught up in an unnecessary collision. But we are about to cross, turn 14 for the penultimate time, and the final lap will about to begin. Lap 29 of 29 is moments away. Danny is a good bit behind, but he still is in DRS.
Danny puts Bruno Will's got DRS now. This is Danny's opportunity. This is Danny's final opportunity. Danny in turn 1. Here we go, Danny in turn 1.
He's going to have to keep it clean.
Side by side. Danny. This is for the victory here in Bahrain. Oh, no, he's lost the lead. He's lost the lead. Tommy's up in the P3. That is commission. That is disastrous news for DJ, Danny and Bruno Will.
Oh, and Nicky Dominic have won as well. They've had some contact. Dominic's got damage.
Oh,
Tommy's got damage. Eke, does he have damage? I've seen him getting caught up in that as well. Does he have damage?
this
He
is
does not.
mad here in Bahrain.
But-
So, Danny had that in the bag. Danny had that in the bag. I knew he did. He had that in the bag there.
But what's really happened here is Mary's, if he keeps the 3 seconds, is on for the win. It's just combusted. It's just decided to blow up in their face, and Mary's is going to end up, if he keeps this gap, he's going to end up the real benefactor in this situation. But he has got a good bit of air behind him. It's 3.1 seconds on the road for Eke.
Kata on the back of Domi. This is the P4 on the final corner, Ritzy.
But we are going to see Mary's...
Granny outside! What a move! Oh, he's spanning, he's hit Kata! Oh, he's gone off the circuit!
And
Domi, this is mad. Oh.
And Kata's got damage, but he'll end up luckily taking P8. We completely missed Mary's crossing the line. We completely missed Mary's crossing the line there, but he only takes P2. Eke was able to bring the gap down to below 3 seconds, and Eke is our race winner in the first race of 16 in STB's 16th season.
Mad. That is the maddest race. That is mad. Nice victory there for Eke. What a race, Big Steve. What a season opener here at the Gulf Bahrain Grand Prix. What season opener. Big C, commiserations to DJ Danny. Had that in the bag. He had that in the bag there for the victory. And it's just
He had it there.
taken away from him. He got taken away from him in those final moments of the race. But your final results for the Bahrain Grand Prix of season 16 is, first is FK00. He's good start to his revenge season on third place man Dominic. Second Mariz. Fourth Domi on his first race in the league. Good result from him. Fifth KF Libero. Sixth Hamjam 2002. Seventh was Sink Buckley. Eighth TMR Kata. Ninth was F1 Gravity. 10th LRS Mercury. 11th was BR Bruno Will. 12th Kyle. 13th, had that in the bag, DJ Danny. Congratulations to him. And your DNS were Jamham, Urban Unicorn, Kai Pollitt, Classic Fusion, FRA Ron Hart, No Whisper, and Chirk. That is your results for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Let me just point out there as well, Maldy. Mary's nearly didn't last to first. Well, he did, but he got second because of his penalty. But that was, I mean, I don't know. I really am kind of lost for words at the minute. So apologies for just gonna go quiet because I'm just sitting here in complete shock and like woofed. But no, Mary's got a penalty. Danny had it. Bruno was constantly giving him hassle on the straights, having lucks at the inside, the outside, gone this way and that for a move into P2, and it just ended in disaster. Both of them in the wall. High points going to no points.
We are going to go then to your reigning world champion, VRG Dominic. P3 in Bahrain, Dominic. A solid start to the season. Yeah, take us through the end of the race battle, because that was a very well, but yeah, that was crucial to the end result. I don't think Mariz can be with us, but we're going to go to Eke. Eke, he won this race. Quite a mad sort of final sequence. Take us through your race briefly from your point of view.
Yeah, I completely messed up my qualifying lap, so I started a little bit down the order than I would have liked. So P6. Well, the first stint was just toxic, and the Racing Point just had their own incident, which destroyed them both. So there was two down from there, and then I caught up to Dominic, which then we were just basically in the first stint. Just at the end, we were very close to each other. Then pit stops, we went on hards, of course. And the safety car came out, so I was thinking about going on the mediums, but then I thought, oh, I just pit on the hard, so there's no reason to. And then I managed to completely miss just the safety car restart, so which just, let's just say, made it interesting. I dropped down quite a lot, so then I thought I had no chance of getting more than the P6 in the train, and then the stuff started happening, but I don't know really how and why.
Okay. Well, thank you, Eke. So
I managed to stop
unfortunately,
Dominic from spinning fully, so that's something.
Thank you, Eke. So yes, that Grand Prix. Maurice can't be with us because he's got no mic, unfortunately, and his English isn't very good. But he has said he's very happy with his victory here in Bahrain. But that concludes then your Bahrain Grand Prix. Thank you, Rigsy, for joining me again in the Combox. What an incredible race we've been treated to here this evening. Do join us next week for round 2 of the season, where we go to the infamous country of China, where we go for round 2, the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's going to be a pretty special one because, yeah, who knows? Anything can happen these days with technology. Anything can happen. So keep yourselves protected. But all jokes aside, I wish everyone a great week, and we'll see you for the second round of season 16, the Chinese Grand Prix. Hopefully, Danny won't bottle it next week. We'll see you then.